Uh, I guess you take Kayla out of that mix, and there was a hard time shooting the ball tonight. I mean, you didn't even really decide to put her back in the game in the fourth, the way the things went. I mean, there was, how do you explain what, the difficulty in scoring tonight?
Yeah, I mean, we're a shooting team, obviously, right? And we count heavily on shots going in. In that first half, we were 4 of 20, and that obviously isn't necessarily a great recipe for success. But I think, and I understand, offensively it was rough. Seattle's a good defensive team. They were able to get their defense set. We weren't able to very often, but I didn't think that we were very mindful of if we don't score, they don't score. We had like no resilience about us defensively. We were awful. So we were awful on both ends of the floor, to be honest with you. The level of trust defensively and our identity, and we didn't play it. And Seattle played great, and no surprise that I mean, I'm sure they're probably disappointed that we didn't bring them to fight and make this a better game. Seattle played great, and we were a no-show.
Frank?
It just seemed like one of those games where even when you did manage to get some points, I think you cut it to 11 right before half, and they hit the shot before halftime, and then I think it was 10, I think, in the third quarter. It just seemed like even when you got some semblance of momentum tonight, it just seemed like it was tough to keep that on track.
We didn't string it. Like what you talked about, Frank, was we had cut it to 11, and then we let them score, right, to end the half, and we had it to 10, whatever, in the third. But we couldn't string together multiple possessions of playing Lynx basketball. It was very, very sporadic. And so, and then obviously got to the point where, it was clear that, we weren't going to be competitive enough. And, just overall disappointing. I mean, obviously the shot making, as long as it's the right shots, thought there were probably only a couple that we felt like we hunted a little more from three versus the rhythm three. It's the life of a shooting team sometimes when it doesn't go in, but I want to do things the right way. And I thought early on, look at what we were doing. Ball went in the basket, we get our defense set. Then it was a much more of a Lynx storm game that we had been seeing over the last three, and then we just stopped, and we stopped making shots, and we just couldn't play a high level defense, and that's what's necessary to be able to compete like this on the road.
Kent?
Yeah, I think you went the first half of the second quarter without a point, the first almost 4 minutes of the fourth quarter without a point. I mean, I mean, what we've seen out of this team this year, that's almost unbelievable, isn't it?
Yeah. It's obviously not ideal. We can have one quarter, which is not ideal either, to beat a good team. But yeah, no, I mean, it's second and fourth were, just not good enough. Yeah, we just didn't have a resiliency about us. We didn't have a toughness in seeking the paint, to try to get some easy stuff, try to get fouled. Although in first half we outshot them from the foul. We actually outshot them from the foul line on the game. But they had their way with us. NECA had her way with us. Our trust and belief in what we were doing defensively. And then they literally could have anything they want because their pace was much greater than ours, and they were moving the basketball. We were kind of more in like, it's just a step slow to everything in terms of reacting what we needed to get done. So just, not ready to compete in a hard game, and, too many turnovers, that sort of thing. So not a great showing, of course. We would like to play better.
Thank you.
Any final questions? Thank you.
Thanks.